Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be here with you. I have some amazing DIYs for you, so let's get started. For this DIY, we are going to start with 4 of these super large frames from the Dollar Tree. Let me tell you, I had never seen picture frames this large, and maybe you have, but I know I've never seen them in my Dollar Tree here locally. So I was really thrilled when I saw them. So we are going to make, which I'm sure you have seen many times before, we're going to make a window frame using these picture frame. However, because the picture frames are so large, it's going to be a humongous one. So I took everything off of the frames and I'm just literally going to keep the frame. And then I'm going to start hot gluing them together just to create a very large window pane or a faux window pane. We're going to use hot glue. We're also going to use popsicle sticks from the Dollar Tree, the little larger ones, but they're not like the mega ones. And then we're going to staple the popsicle sticks right onto the frame. That way it's going to be nice and sturdy and not go anywhere.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lightning, don't wanna pick a fight with. Everything seems so good, I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars.
Once the frame was fully assembled, it's time to give it 1 coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. I'm not looking for perfection because we are going to be doing a special technique on the frame, but I am looking for it to be fully covered. So I am going to, again, just 1 coat and then let it dry. Alright, we are now going to be using this Sea Spray Texture Additive by Dixie Belle. This was sent to me, maybe like 9 months ago or so, or maybe even longer. However, I've only used it once and I don't even remember which piece. I'm sure it was for a furniture piece, but we are going to use it today to add some texture to the window frame. So we're going to put some regular chalk paint in here and add some sea spray. It does give you the instructions in the back on how much to add per 8 ounce of paint, but I don't need 8 ounces of paint, so I'm just kind of eye it out until I see a texture that it's just going to add some really good, delicious texture to this window frame. So let's see. As I mentioned, I started little by little adding as I needed. I ended up adding extremely too much of the sea spray. Yeah, it was clumped up. So I ended up having to add more paint, actually twice, so that at least it would be spreadable to the frame. And it worked out okay. It was still pretty thick. I think overall maybe I could have added a little bit more paint, but in the end, you're going to see the texture on this window frame is amazing. It looks like the paint has been chipped and weathered through the years. I loved it.
Everything seems so good, I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking hearts.
In addition to brushing it on, I also dabbed it on. I learned that this actually works better after you have it kind of like wiped on or brushed on. If you start to dab it, it starts to clump up, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Now, obviously, the least or the more paint you add, then the softer or the more liquidy it will be, so it will not be as clumpy. But again, I didn't mind it because it actually turned out really, really nice. And here I'm going to show you a close-up of that texture. It just looks like an old window frame that has been outside in the elements, and it just looks beautiful. Once it was fully dry, it did not take long. It took about an hour for it to be dry. Now I'm going to take this wreath. I already had this on hand. As a matter of fact, it's the wreath that I had all summer long above my fireplace. I'm going to wire it to the top of the frame, making sure that the cross in the middle is right in the center of the wreath. And look how beautiful and large this window is. I am in love. I have made many windows with Dollar Tree items and other items, and this is by far the best one. The quality as well as the texture with this sea spray turned out beautiful. Really quick, friends, I want to tell you that I do have a home channel. Did you know I have a second channel? It's fairly new. Well, I've had it over a year now. I just haven't posted much, but I am going to start posting every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So check it out. I do decorate with me and different things that I don't do on this channel. So I'd love to connect with you there. If you'd like, I am going to have it down in the description box. All right, for this next DIY, we're going to start with this Dollar Tree fall sign. It doesn't matter if it's fall or not because we are going to transform it, but it is square, so I am going to cut it right down the middle. And I'm just using my square as well as a blade knife. Then I realized, oh yeah, I got to remove the paper first. So I removed the paper. It just peels off. I find that this is easier than painting over it because it does kind of bubble if you paint over it. And it does not take much to remove that paper. So now that the paper is off, I'm going to continue to score down the middle and then just kind of snap it. You'll see here. See? Really simple. And then I did cut some excess little board that just remained, and then I am going to sand it down smooth. That way we have smooth edges. And then we are going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. However, you can use any color you want. I think it would have been great, maybe even black as well, or I don't know. I'm going to put it right next to the window that I just created. So I think white was actually the perfect color, but you can create it however you'd like. So while that's drying, I'm going to take these little, I don't know what they are. It's like little domes. It was in the summer collection of Dollar Tree, and I purchased 2 and I never did anything with them until today. We're going to take 2 of them, and then I'm going to drill a hole on each one right in the edge. Now be very careful if you're drilling because this is plastic and it will snap or crack. So basically I just kind of drilled very lightly until the hole was made. Then I'm going to take these little twinkle lights, and I get these on Amazon, but Dollar Tree does carry some lights, some fair lights as well. So if you find those, that's great, but I have not found them. So I am going to use these from Amazon. I'm going to thread it from the outside in, and then I'm going to start putting in the fairy lights. And I'm smiling because you're going to see throughout the video that I keep removing these lights like 3 times because I keep realizing, oh yeah, I need to remove them. Oh yeah, I need to do this. So you're going to see that. Then I'm going to take this Dollar General bucket. It doesn't matter which bucket it is or if you have wire. I just wanted wire to for it to be a little bit thicker and hard wire, so not flexible wire. So I am going to take this bucket and remove the handles from it. And then I'm going to cut off one of the ends because the ends were actually flat and I need it to be like round. Then I'm going to thread it right through the hole that was already in this little dome decorative thing from Dollar Tree. I don't know what to call it. And then I added some hot glue, and I'm just going to place it right there. Now the hot glue kind of melted the plastic, so it gave it a very firm and secure hold. And I did add some extra hot glue to make sure that it's not going anywhere. Then I'm going to drill 2 holes on the 2 boards that I painted, one in the center and one about maybe about a ½ inch to the left of it. And this is what I'm talking about, where I had to remove the fairy lights again and again. So I'm going to thread them out again carefully. They're not very expensive, but they are a really good price, and you get 12 of these. And as a matter of fact, I do have them on my Amazon store. So if you want to take a look at them or any other supplies that I do get on Amazon, I do have my Amazon store link down below. So here we go. We're going to thread them now through the back of the board, through the side hole, not the center hole, all the way until the little battery pack has about 1 inch left. Then we're going to thread them again through the top part of or the black part. And then we are going to, again, very carefully thread it. And then we're going to, again, place the fairy lights inside of it. And that way everything's going to be put together. Now here, I'm going to try very carefully to place the wire right through. It's just going to hang on the board, if that makes sense. And it did. It worked out really well. And then I did, as you can see, had to remove the fairy lights again. Oh my God. Anywho, I think this was the last time. And now it is nicely set there. It was perfect. I love it. And I did the same thing with a second one. So now we have two to place, one on each side of the window. I'm going to hot glue the little battery pack very carefully to the back. That way it's not going anywhere. And then I did add some jute rope to the back. This is so we can hang it. And I'm going to hot glue it as well as add some tape. Now it's not pretty by all means, but it works. Everything is secure and no one's going to see this part. I did make sure that the little battery pack was taped just a little bit too. That way we can turn it on and off and we know for sure it's not going to be removed. So there it is. Look how cute it looks next to this window. I think they are so adorable. I actually took a picture with the lights off and it's so cute. Love it.
You that we should start a band and reach for the sky.
For this next DIY, we are going to start with 2 of these extra large painter sticks and 5 of these back scratchers from the Dollar Tree. I'm just marking here where I want to cut off excess parts of this, like the ends and that kind of thing. And then I'm going to sand down the edges to make sure there are no splinters. Now you can make this whatever size you want, whatever color you want. We're going to make another kind of seem like a little window, but completely different than the one we made earlier. And the 2 painter sticks, I'm going to paint white. And then the back scratchers, I am going to paint black using Waverly Black paint in the ink. And again, you can use any colors you want.
To hold my hand, standing in the shadows of what we have been, sleeping with your back facing me. I know, this isn't us.
Once the paint was dry, I am going to distress lightly the edges of the back scratchers. That way you can see all those details. And I just love these little back scratchers. I'm surprised I haven't seen many DIYs with this online, but I'm glad I got these. So anyways, just sanding them down, and then now it's time to put things together. I'm going to place the 2 white planks, I guess, one on the bottom and one on top. And then I'm going to just stagger the black spindles, we're going to call them spindles, and evenly across the middle there until they are kind of even as possible. And then we are going to brad nail them in place. I am going to fill in the holes that the brad nails left with some wood filler. Then I'm going to scrape the excess wood filler and then sand it down until it's smooth. And then I am going to paint just a little bit to make sure that everything is nicely even and look beautiful. These little flowers are called mimosas, I believe it is, which I thought was kind of clever. I got them at Walmart during the summer, and I thought they were really cute. I think it will go for, really everyday decor. And I am going to just place one little branch on each one, and then I'm going to staple them in place.
We've been in 2 places all at once. Was that what we said would come undone?
And then I'm going to take some jute twine and I'm just going to make very simple bows, literally like simple bows. And I'm just going to hot glue them right where the staple is to cover up the staple. And that's it. This is the type of DIY that you can modify to whatever color, season, style you want. As long as you have the frame made, you can switch up the flowers season to season. You can put a garland, you can put a swag on the bottom of it. You can leave it as is and add it to any decor on a mantle or console table, and I think it looks stunning. I love it. For this next DIY, I'm going to take the 4 leftover glass from the picture frames from the first window, and I'm going to just DIY here a little natural, kind of nature-inspired decor piece, and I think it's very fresh looking. I am going to take these faux ferns and faux leaves from different picks that I have on hand, and I'm just going to start hot gluing them anywhere I want, whatever my little heart desires. I'm going to put them on all 4 of them, and I'm going to keep them very simple. Again, you can use any flowers you want. Now, the one thing I learned is that although the hot glue really did do a good job, if you tug on the leaves, they will fall. So if you want something a little bit more permanent, I would suggest maybe E6000 or anything more permanent than hot glue. But other than that, I really like the way it turned out. And again, if nobody's touching where these are going to be, then it doesn't matter. Hot glue is plenty. So as you can see, I'm taking different styles, different shapes of greenery, but they're all in the same kind of family. And I'm just going to start hot gluing them in different places. And we're just about done with this one. This last one here, I think is super cool. I love it. But all of them are really cool. I really like how you can just modify it and change them to whatever you want. But look how fresh looking these are. And I know you really can't see the glass because of they're clear. But I think in person they look even better because it just looks fresh. You can even put them on a wall if there's like maybe some clear tacky glue that you can put on the wall. I think it would look really cool. But let me know in the comments which one is your favorite out of all these DIYs. I would have to say that the window that I just did, the one with the black spindles, is my favorite, but it really hurts to say it because that first window is so beautiful and I love the way it turned out. But let me know which one is your favorite. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you come back and hopefully join our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.